All right, so here we go. We're gonna put this thing back in primer again. It's gonna be the second and last time I do this. If this doesn't work this time, well, what to make dynamite for. Uh-oh, I just got the look. I preheated my primer. That's what I did last time. You shake the heck out of it for a while. You want to make sure that everything in your contents inside your can is well mixed before you start spraying. You don't want it blobbing out on you. I decided to start on the back side this time. I'll save the front for last. I already did some testing on this with the color that it's going to be. That's the color, and it's a satin ivory is what that is. And I sprayed that right over black and that green and everything just to make sure it was going to be opaque enough. I'm going to go ahead and primer it with this white primer first. It took me a couple hours to tape it off. That's real tedious work, taping off your bindings. I tried leaving some of it last time and scraped it off, and it took even longer than taping it. This way, when I pull the tape, I'll probably have to do some touch-up scraping instead of doing the whole binding. But again, you spray a couple shots in the air just to make sure things are copacetic. Start up here. And again, all we're doing is dusting it. Get that tack coat going. And I like to spray quite a ways away from my work. I don't like to get right up on top of it, because when you get on top of it, that's when you get your runs and stuff going. Make sure I have the right stuff. Basically what I want to do is just seal all the old problems I had with it off. So there's my first coat of primer with some hard in it. There we go. Let that stand for a second or two. I want to thank everybody who's been hanging around and watching this process. I hope, if anything, it's shown you that sometimes things just don't go right. You got to sometimes back up and start over again. And that's what we're doing here, starting over again. And I'm not one of those, I'm not going to try to hide things on you. I'm going to show you what happens. I want you to show you that kit guitars is not for the faint of heart. They don't always go to plan, and sometimes you just got to regroup and redo. I've done that a couple of times on guitars, not just kit guitars. I also used to build custom guitars, and I built a whole bunch of custom guitars. And that is building guitars from scratch, making the necks, bodies, everything. Semi-hollow bodies, you name it, I've made them. So now we're putting a second coat. We're going to go a little heavier this time on it. And again, I'm not standing real close to my work. I'm really not happy with this kit. It's got had a lot of flaws in it. And stuff you don't see until you start sanding on it and working with it. And one thing I don't like is how thin this veneer is on here. I'm showing signs of where the veneer is wanting to peel away on me here. I may have to wait to put the finish coat on it so I can address those parts on here, those spots. If you remember right on the last time I had it green, the body over here on this side showed a crack, but once I sanded it off, it seems to have gone away. We'll know more once the paint dries. Hardest part to work with with a cutaway guitar is that horn. Working on the inside of it here. It's hard to sand, it's hard to work with, you know, because of the curvature. So again, I'm going to let that set for a couple minutes. Yeah, see, I'm showing a sign of a blister right here in my veneer over here. Can you bring that around here as well?
You're going to do the top next?
No, I will have to wait for this dry so I can flip it over.
No, I meant you did.
Oh, yeah, all right. Right there, see there's like a little blister in the veneer right there. So I'll probably have to deal with that. My wife just pointed out it and paint the top. That's why it's good to have an assistant in the shop. You can tell when you start to get too close to your work because your fan pattern. There we go. Let that sit for a little bit. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my assistant over here go ahead and shut it down. And then I'll bring it back in when I get this finished primered. You don't need to see me put the third and final coat on. But anyway, when I bring you back in, we'll talk more about kit guitars and that age-old question, is it worth it? So anyway, I'll be talking at you. Bye now. Well, all right, there it is. It's almost dry. It's all in white now on the back side. Still got to do the front, which is going to have to wait. Like I said, I found a couple spots on the body here I need to fix that I didn't see with my eye before I started spraying. Spot right here. I don't know if I can get it in there right there. You see that right there? It's where the veneer's pulling away from the body. And again, there's that little blister right there. I'm going to have to poke a little hole in it and pop it, throw some CA glue down in there and see if I can hold it down flush, see what that does for it. Same way here, I'm just going to throw some CA glue down in then where it's lifting here and go around the perimeter of that. I didn't notice that when I was sanding it. But that's what happens. Things show up after you paint it. Same way with the automotive world. No matter how much time you spend on prepping something, sometimes some things just slip by, and that's what happens. And again, I do not advise a first timer trying to attempt to build this kit. There's a lot of things in there on this kit. If you remember my earlier video of it, when I was gluing the neck on, the neck pocket didn't quite fit right, so you got to know how to fix that. What I decided to do was extend the back of the heel up to be even with the body, and I think that came out pretty good. That looks pretty good. And I don't like it cut off down here where it was at. It just, just didn't look right, And after I looked at a few Gibsons and Guilds and other brands, every one of them bring it all the way to the end here. Now the binding does go through there still, so I still may scrape that off a little there, just to have that fine line running through there. I don't know, I haven't made up my mind yet. So anyway, the neck is looking good, the back of the body's looking pretty good. It's just those two spots on the sides, which has to be on the top. If it's on the bottom where the cutaways at, I probably wouldn't worry too much about it, but it's right here on the top, and I'll be looking down playing it, and I'll see them two spots. But anyway, I kind of like it, and the white looks pretty cool. I like it. But what I thought about doing is taking that ivory and just doing a light ivory burst on here and let the white shine through, and then I'll clear coat it with something. But we'll see. By the time I fix those spots and get back out here and get ready to paint the top, because I can repaint them spots as I flip this over to paint the top. But I was glad I started on the back this time. The process is going to take me a little longer, but that's fine. I'm going to let this sit and dry for the rest of the day, and then I'll bring you back in probably tomorrow on the same video. Bye now. Well, all right, here we are. We're inside my inside shop, my guitar room. This is the jazz guitar right now. The primer's all nice and dry now. Now I can work on those two spots. I was going to try and paint the front of it today, but it's been raining all night and all day today, so I can't paint in the rain. It just doesn't work out well. So anyway, I'm going to have to make another part to this video that I'm making right now, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and probably tomorrow, this is Sunday, so on Monday, I'll fix those spots that I need to fix on this, that blister, wherever it went, down here, and then where that veneer is separating over there. I need to fix that. And what I'll do is use the CA glue, a little bit of activator here, and we'll get her fixed. And I really don't see much of anything else going on. Just those two spots, and then hopefully within the next day or two it'll quit raining out here, and then I can get the front of this painted, or in primer anyway. And so I have to go with what the weather dictates to me here, and plus my health. But anyway, didn't spend a whole lot of time in doing stuff today. It was my wife's birthday today, so I spent the most of the day with her and celebrating her birthday. So anyway, another video later on in a few days. Hopefully by then I'll have it in some color and get the tape pulled off of this, get some final scraping done. I'll bring you back in on the next video showing how I fixed those spots and stuff like that. But I just wanted to conclude this video, and we'll just have to play it by ear with the weather and see how things go. And like I said, I'm not in no hurry to get this done. I don't care if it took me all summer long to get this done. I don't want it to go on that long, but if it does, it does. And oh, that's what I was going to say. I figured it, I tallied it up, and I am, what was it, 500 and, hang on a minute. Yeah, I'm $560.23 into this so far. And that's for everything. That includes the price of the guitar, the case I bought for it, all the paint, the tuners, the pickups. The only thing I haven't bought for it is the bridge, and I'm probably going to go ahead and just use the bridge that it came with. I can't find one that I really like to replace it with, so temporarily that's why I'll probably go back on this. But I got a ways to go yet. I may go ahead and get a bridge for it by the time it's all said and done. And if I do, when I do, I'll let you know. Alrighty, that's enough about this. And I think I misquoted my friend's name on my last video. It's Ted Talks Guitars and Life, and he's a good guy. If you guys want to just go hang out at his videos, he's a good one to hang out with. There's several other guys on there. I can't recall names very well, and but there's a few guys on there that are just great guys, been good to me. And look in the comments. A lot of them will comment on my videos, and you can see who's talking to me. And a bunch of good guys, good community so far. And I appreciate all their kind words, and I appreciate everybody who has subscribed to my channel, and all the kind words and your prayers and your thoughts and your recommendations and your ideas. And I just like it all. It's fun. It's really a lot of fun. Alrighty, I'll be talking at you. Bye now.